light later on in the letter, he seems to accuse Mr. Barr of undermining that public confidence. So this is an extraordinary and stunning development. And the other aspect of it is that, like those who saw the report when it was released in the press and said, wait a minute here, this report has nothing to do, it's consistent with the way that Barr characterized it 4 weeks earlier, Mueller now seems to be saying the same thing.
John, how unprecedented is it that Mueller took this step and wrote a letter on the record objecting to conclusions, and that this is leaked or gets out the night before he's supposed to testify?
It's very unusual. And the New York Times, on their place on the story, has got a little different nuance, pointing out that the Barr and Justice Department people were very unhappy. In fact, Mueller did not end his investigation with a clear finding of guilt or innocence. Rather,
hey, you. Yeah, you. Friend. You like deals?
The sitting president can't be indicted. It's unfair to come down one side or the other, because there's no way he can respond to it as a normal defendant would in a speedy trial. Well, according to a special prosecutor, they knew exactly what they were doing, and the Barr people and Mr. Barr himself do not like nuance. They want black and white. Now they've really got a muddy pile they're collecting here.
Carl, I mean, it's clearly problematic for Barr. He'll obviously face, at least tough questions from Democrats about this on the Hill tomorrow when he talks to the Senate. Isn't the public's perception of the report, though, already kind of baked in at this point? I mean, wasn't that the whole point of Barr releasing the information in the way that he released the information? It was to shape the way to see that most people have read Barr before he names it.
Perception was allowed to operation both on obstruction and way to talk.
Everything in orders, operator? Is that a pun? I will attempt to bypass this fault.
And I can't predict what the American people are going to do and how they're going to process this information. We have a polarized country, and so far everything having to do with the Mueller report is fitting into that pattern of polarization. This is going to figure in the same way. Who knows? But what is clear is that in terms of what the facts are, the special prosecutor has taken the unprecedented and extraordinary step of saying that the Attorney General of the United States represented the nature and context of the most important investigation, federal investigation of the last 45 years. And that is the mistake as part of the national record.
I don't think you can stop him from testifying. I think that if the Senate doesn't invite him first, Adler will certainly invite him, if not issue a subpoena for him. It's clear that we need both men on the record under oath to flush out what's going on. And I suspect that Mueller is on the high ground on this one, and he can be right.
life? Bill, good luck. Tremendous reputation.
Bill Barr came to the Trump administration with a long resume, dating back to the George H.W. Bush administration.
He's deputy attorney general, and he was attorney general. He's had quite a bit of career that we have to have part of a substantial role.
And now a political lightning rod, largely because of the way he handled the release of the Mueller report in a way that pleased the president and angered Democrats. Was he putting his thumb on the scale for the American public?
He was putting his fist on the scale for the American public. There's a lot more than that.
And when he said this,
I think there's a spot in it.
he made the president very happy.
I think what he said was absolutely true. Absolutely starting my campaign.
Now Barr, a Republican with establishment credentials, faces Congress at the center of a political firestorm. It started with his decision to summarize the special counsel's 488-page report in a 4-page letter that even some on Mueller's team thought downplayed and mischaracterized their damaging findings about the president.
He wrote up a scandal. He then went before Congress and spun the scandal. He then went back to a non-legal phrase.
There was no evidence of the Trump campaign collusion. No collusion. No collusion.
Barr also cleared the president of obstruction, even though the special counsel made no decision.
I don't think we should participate in the decision of obstruction and to substitute his legal judgment for Bob Mueller for the appropriate legal theory. I believe it's a significant misjudgment on his part. I don't think it reflects Mueller.
Did you get that sense from Barr that he wished Mueller had made a decision?
Sure. And so, the only person left to make a decision is the attorney general.
But Barr just decided not to.
And sort of put it out there.
Impossible?
Not impossible. Irresponsible.
And then explained it in a press conference before anyone had read the Mueller report.
The president was frustrated and angered by his sincere belief that the investigation was undermining the presidency.
Could that be interpreted as excusing the president's bad behavior?
I don't think it should be interpreted that way because I don't think he was trying to excuse the president's behavior, bad or otherwise. I think he was simply trying to explain the basis for a decision he, as a prosecutor, was reaching.
He didn't explain a decision. He went out there justifying reckless behavior by the president. He wasn't serving as a attorney general, he was serving as the president's guidance counselor.
But Barr's decision not to prosecute wasn't a complete surprise. He had already made his views known in an unsolicited 19-page memo sent to the Justice Department in June of 2018, saying, among other things, that the theory
I was wrong about you. You're a hero to these people. And to me.
Is this something people do all the time?
You mean former government officials who produce long legal memoranda and bring them to the government on pending issues and ask officials then in power to look at them?
Yes,
No.
that's what I mean.
No. That is
Here's what we can do for you.
it's unusual.
Do you think it was an audition for a job? I mean, that's...
Definitely not.
How do
But
you...
we talked about the memo at the time. I mean, the idea of being attorney general or taking any job with the administration was the farthest thing from his mind.
Really?
Yes.
He didn't get this job by accident. He got this job because he promised in advance, essentially, that he wouldn't find the president guilty of obstruction. And so he did exactly what he said he was going to do.
Back in a 1998 interview unearthed by CNN's K-File, Barr was more sympathetic to the independent counsel's plight, complaining that Attorney General Janet Reno wasn't doing enough to protect Ken Starr from hatchet jobs and ad hominem attacks. Yet he has remained silent as the president continues to lob grenades almost daily at the Mueller team.
We just went through the Mueller witch hunt where you had really 18 angry Democrats that hate President Trump.
Barr's loyalties are bound to be tested once again, as the president says he will not comply with House In another memo, Barr warned against what he called congressional incursions against the office of the presidency.
I think Bill's view is a constitutional one. It's grounded in the separation of powers, and if one of the branches oversteps his bounds, he will call that branch on.
It would be really disappointing if he enabled the president to pursue a theory like the one the president has articulated, which is that because the House is asking for this information is in the hands of the other political party, he's not going to permit anybody to testify. That is a lawless position. It's one thing for the department to be lawless. It's utterly lawless.
And a matter, ultimately, that another branch of government, the courts, could decide.
Our senior lawyer Borger now returning to the very latest chapter in all of this, and joining us now by phone is Senator Amy Klobuchar, Democratic presidential candidate, and member of the Senate. Senator, I'm wondering what your reaction to this letter is. You're going to question Barr tomorrow. Does it change what you want to talk about?
Well, I've been asking questions about this because I think it's just one more example of how this 4-page letter that he sent out was political. And this is not about politics. It's about protecting our democracy. And this is someone who has just pointed out, try out this 4-page memo.
Hope it helps.
Executive summary, what he thought should be about a broad interpretation of executive power. He then gets into the job he is political. And what really bothers me about this is that this is about protecting our country. And this is about when you look at that 448-page report, there's literally a roadmap to how a foreign country invaded our election. They might not have done it with this leadership, but they did it all the same. They tried to hack into election equipment, and they certainly hacked into Hillary Clinton's campaign, got all those emails out, slowed down her momentum. That happened in the United States of America. So no one knows this, and that's why tomorrow I'm going to be asking the Attorney General, of course, about Russia and about what they're doing about it and why they squelched my Secure Election Act, which was a bipartisan bill, as well as what's going to happen with going forward with a number of these plans. Yes, you had a question.
Yeah, another presidential candidate, Julian Castro, said time to be impeached.
What can we do to help your journey?
Well, I didn't support Barr to begin with, so it's clear I don't want him there. But I mostly want to have a Justice Department that does justice and represents the American people.
How critical now is it, given what we now know Mueller wrote to Barr and said to Barr in conversations, that Mueller himself testify, and how possible will it be? I mean, I've had legal people say the White House can't exert executive privilege or claim it in relation to Mueller. Is that how you say it?
So, we might not be able to make people resign here, but what we can do is push that Mueller to testify and then allow these other investigations to keep going. Of course, the House has subpoena power. And I think it's pretty apparent when you have witnesses like John Dan who were interviewed for reports that was made public, things that were not redacted for security reasons, then we should be able to have those people come in and testify. And that's the fight that's going on in the House. Meanwhile, in the Senate, what we're trying to do, because we know the House capacity bill, is to do work to protect our election.
An honor.
Get these Republicans on board. Because you just listen to the words of the FBI director. He said 2018 was a dress rehearsal. The president's own intelligence advisor has said Russia is getting bolder. Why would you not take action? You can't let the president's ego get in the way.
Senator Klobuchar, I appreciate your time. Thank you. Coming up next, exclusive new polling on the Democratic presidential primary. Now that Joe Biden is in the race, we'll show you how big a difference his presence has already made with blue states and Virginia.
Only in Jamaica can you stay at one Sandals and play around at all 6 resorts. Sandals in Jamaica. It's 6 vacations in one. Call 1-800-SANDALS. I'm Mr. Armstrong. This goes out to everybody born in the first New Orleans music.
They gonna have to wreck you.
Boom. Way to go. Get beaters right.
Guys, I've got an idea. of iPhone 10 right?
Well, it does have an incredible camera.
And it comes in all those amazing colors.
What if we give the people iPhone 10R when they join T-Mobile?
iPhone 10R on us?
Yeah, iPhone 10R on us. What's not to love about that?
For a limited time, join T-Mobile and get the awesome iPhone 10R on us.
I'm on my way to New Orleans to meet with the Stokes family. Their daughter, Ashley, was hit by a drunk driver in 2008. I think my family's all going to be the same.
The severity of my actions did not sink in until I got to prison.
I need you to understand your choices.
There's going to be questions. I don't want her to see the damage she's caused.
The Redemption Project with Van Jones, Sunday at 9.
This is Kate. She takes 2 prescriptions. Kate's son Jack takes 1 too. Kate works hard and thought she had good insurance, but she still pays too much. That's no good. So Kate downloaded the GoodRx app. Now she can compare prescription prices to find the best discounts. She even beats her insurance costs. Good for you, Kate. Good for you. GoodRx. Stop paying too much for your prescriptions. Download the free app today.
Do you like sleep? Me too. You're not special. Everybody does. That's why, like a smart person, I sleep in. And still get a healthy, delicious breakfast with Daily Harvest. They're healthy, delicious smoothies you can make in like a second.
You would make an excellent cephalon, Tenno. I hope these interest you. I see.
As Joe Biden might put it, folks, here's the thing. With the former vice president on his first campaign swing through Iowa, the first CNN polling since he entered the race is out. It shows him the Democratic rival, but his nearest 4 opponents combined. We're showing the top 6. Biden's at 39%, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders at 15%, with the rest in single digits. Now, the normal caveats apply. It is a Iowa caucus as well on election day and on live. And we know it can change between now and then. Joining us, 2004 Democratic president, Vermont Governor. Governor Dean, first of all, just on this breaking news about Robert Mueller's dissatisfaction with the way Bill Barr case report, you ran for president, you certainly must have considered cabinet officials. What do you make of how Attorney General Barr is conducting?
Well, you know, Trump does not pick cabinet officials based on their merits. He picks cabinet officials based on whether they're willing to be his flunky, and Barr is a flunky. Barr was a flunky, and he was mixed up in the Iran-Contra deal with Reagan and Bush, Sr., and now he's doing Trump's bidding, and he should never have been confirmed.
There's certainly, just in terms of the Democrats, there are certainly very strong numbers for Vice President Biden right out of the gate. As we said, it is a long, long race, and a lot can happen between now and then. This is not going to be, you see those numbers and people think, oh, this is going to be a cakewalk for former Vice President.
No, it's not going to be a cakewalk. The interesting thing, of course, there's a lot of talk about that in Washington, but what you have to remember is you're exactly right. It's a long, long way to Iowa, first of all. Second of all, I'd much rather have Joe Biden's numbers today than having to go in the other direction, which could have happened. But it certainly means that he's in good shape starting out. Better shape than I thought he was going to be in, because I thought that he was at 28, and I didn't think he was going to go any higher, but he certainly has.
Vice President Biden said on Good Morning America today, when asked what his motto would be, he said, make America moral again, make America return to the essence of who we are, the dignity of the country, the dignity in treating our people with dignity. He focused and mentioned, obviously, the president. Is that the right message? I mean, you were saying on the program earlier, and others have said that, he's kind of elevating it to make this a direct challenge to President Trump. But Democrats also, there's plenty of them who believe these candidates need to be talking about health care, the economy, tabletop issues.
Right. I think at this point, it's a good broad brush opening stroke. I mean, there's nothing wrong with what Joe Biden said today. It does cast him in the light of somebody who does believe in morals, and a lot of Trump's voters are voting for him because he's frank and blunt. But he did hit the 10,000 live mark today, which is pretty extraordinary after 2.5 years in office. So what we're going to see, as you said at the top, we're far from getting into the nitty-gritty here. Let's kind of find out what's going on with 2 weeks to go before the Iowa caucus votes or the Nevada vote. Then we're really going to find out what people's messages are, and they cannot be about Trump. Trump will remind us that we don't like him every day. What we have to do is remind people why they want to go for the Democrats, and that's because we're going to do something about people's health care. We're going to get people jobs again, and we're going to stop screwing up our trade relations so that we lose dairy farms in Wisconsin and factory jobs in Missouri.
It is interesting because once Joe Biden starts focusing on the nitty-gritty on issues, as all candidates have to, that's often when poll numbers start to decline. It's one thing to kind of be seen from a distance and at a great height, but to suddenly, once you're in the trenches, it's very easy to get dirty and get compared to other people's programs.
That will happen, but it's going to happen to everybody. Everybody's going to have to show that they can be president of the United States, and that means they have to be successful in good times and bad times on the campaign trail. That's why, as awful as this process is, it's the right process. If you can't get through this process, what are you going to do when Putin asks for Alaska back? Now, Trump, of course, would say, here you go, sir. But no, nobody else is going to do that, and you have to be tough. You have to be tough to get through this process, and the toughest person is going to have a big advantage.
Always appreciate it. Thank you.
Anderson, thanks.
We'll be right back.
We bought a house in a neighborhood with a lot of other young couples. Then we noticed something strange. Oh, can you make me a burger?
Oh, you're a burger.
Everyone acts like their parents.
You have a tattoo. And why do not work?
So what kind of mower you got, Ted? I don't know. Some kid comes over.
But it's not all bad. Someone even showed us how we can save money by bundling home and auto with Progressive.
Progressive can protect you from the coming of balance. It can protect your home and auto.
Send your money around the world with Western Union. Send it directly to a bank account. Or for fast cash pickup in store. To a bank account or cash in store. Western Union.
We all love video doorbells. Voice assistants have changed our lives. We now control our home with a touch. Indoor and outdoor cameras help us keep watch. We want to guard our digital lives. And hold tight for us everywhere. And you know what's better than all these things? All these things together from the most trusted name in security, ADT.
Always listening. No show, no note. No show stop. World over supply.
For the Lotus.
The perpetrator of such atrocities has died. The ground pound. The solution. That is, under bombers. We've engineered the most advanced no-shows with the promise of all days staying. Have a pen. And get 3 hours of your purchase.
Need a change of scenery? Kayak searches hundreds of travel sites, beat our competitors, so you can be confident the right flights at the best price. Kayak. Search one and done.
Chris?
All right, thanks, man. I am Chris Cuomo, and welcome to Prime Time. Big news, okay? In the Democrats, just giving green light to Mr. Mueller himself to take up obstruction for themselves. The word from the Washington Post and the New York Times excerpted from a letter that Mr. Mueller wrote to the Attorney General. And his memo to Congress did not capture the context, nature, and substance of the work done by Mr. Mueller and his team, especially with regard to obstruction. Now that language suggests what the AG, Mr. Barr, told us is not exactly what the man who made the report felt about his own findings. What does this disagreement mean? We're going to have to get into it deeper. We have one of the reporters who broke the story. We have experts who give us an understanding of the context. But the words are going to matter. And you're going to hear a lot of Democrats, a lot of people on the left say that this means everything. And I'm telling you, read the reports, and let's go through the analysis together. Tomorrow is now a huge day. The AG is going before the Senate Judiciary Committee. It was supposed to be a pretty friendly thing where Republicans were going to ask him more about spying than anything else. Not with this report. Now Mr. Barr is going to have to answer for the nature of the relationship with Mr. Mueller. Why weren't these misgivings back in March reported when he came forward now? Why not? What does it mean in terms of what Mr. Mueller believes about his obstruction? How much will the AG say? How much will the AG have to answer for having said in the past that doesn't square with this report? There is a lot to go through. Let's get after it. Matters as much as ever tonight. Take a listen to this.
There's a lot of public interest in the absence of a special counsel and members of his team. Was he invited to join you on the podium? Why is he not here? This is his report, obviously, that you're talking about today.
The report he did for me as the Attorney General, he is required under the regulation to provide me with a confidential report. I'm here to discuss my response to that report and my decision, entirely discretionary, to make it public, since these reports are not supposed to be made public. That's what I'm here to discuss.
Friday for you to come out and sort of what appears to be sort of spinning the report before public.
Now, a couple of things. First, this by-the-book thing, it now requires time. A lot of what this Attorney General has done is subjective. I'm not saying it's wrong, it's certainly not illegal. It's within his policy. But he hasn't been going by his own book. He's played by these rules before. We saw him do this. We saw him stymie Congress in an earlier administration, not wanting to give out reports that they had a right to get. Him saying here, there is no requirement. It's true. But the only other time we've had a special counsel was during the Clinton administration. And then AG Janet Reno did exactly what this AG didn't want. She had the reports right to the special counsel to the people with minimal redactions. Why?
You found
she could.
resource
In her
cache.
purview,
I'm detecting two faint hints.
Now there's another check, and certainly another layer. The answer he just gave about why Mr. Mueller wasn't there didn't suggest anything that went along with the letter that Mr. Mueller sent him and a telephone call that he had with Mr. Mueller reportedly some 15 minutes thereafter. Why not? For the reporting, let's bring in Mark Mazzetti, New York Times reporter, been working the story tonight. Good for you, bringing this to light on the eve of this now all-important testimony by the Attorney General before the U.S. Senate tomorrow. Tell us about the reporting. What is your major takeaway?
Thanks, Chris. So what we're reporting tonight is that just days after that 4-page Mueller letter came out on a Sunday, the end of March, there was a letter from Robert Mueller in consultation with members of his team expressing objections, concerns about how Barr characterized Biden. It's a big deal because it's the first time we really know about what Mueller thought about how Barr had characterized the conclusions, and for that matter, the first sense we had of Mueller's thinking period since we now learned what was in this long-awaited report. So it's significant, and for a pretty ballsy conservative by-the-book prosecutor like Mueller, for him to take this step to write to his boss, because that's who Barr is, telling him that he had problems with this, it's a significant thing for him to do.
And the Washington Post, I don't know if you guys had it as well, but they also had a phone conversation the next day. I was seeing this report according to these justices. It was about whether or not the public was getting a sense of what had been done with obstruction, especially. Do you have that?
Yeah, that's right. So there was a they talk about it, and they discussed. They sort of air out what some of the issues are. We're still trying to learn exactly the substance of the call. We don't think it was heated or
have locked the coolant cells in place. Destroy them.
To back up what he had put in that letter, and it does indeed seem to be about how the conclusions on obstruction of justice that Barr laid out were taken out of context, and we're not sort of
The reactor's stasis.
fully
Now is your
explained how
chance
they
to complete this
There's
sabotage.
a finesse point here
Use whatever
that I want your help with. And I think it's really
Once again.
important, and this is just getting out. So very often we hit the major points, and then you get to the more subtle, more nuanced aspects of this kind of reporting. But I think it's a good time to deal with it. So it seems that Mr. Mueller felt that this sense of what the quote that's here is the nature, context, and substance wasn't accurate. But he didn't say that he felt that what Mr. Barr had said was wrong or inaccurate.
What an ugly
How do you reconcile those two?
Yeah.
Well, I think we have to wait to see what is actually in the full, the full text
When the
of the
reactor
letter.
is restarted,
And we're not reporting that he's saying that Barr had,
destroy the fuel
completely
injectors.
changed the
That machine. It's using your
or doctored them.
Right.
This is
But
bad.
the context
Destroy it.
certainly does matter.
Your weapons aren't
You recall
working.
that in that 4-page
Try
letter,
something
for
else.
instance, there was a sentence fragment saying
A blast
that
has
there
blocked
had
your
been no
evacuation route.
conspiracy,
Find a way to open it.
correct. But if you now read the book,
Listen to the chamber simmer. The longer that dreamer thrashes about, the more Kuva essence
Trump's
we
campaign
collect.
had welcomed this development, or knew that the Russian campaign was going to help electorally, and that's not in the Barr letter. So in that case, the context doesn't matter. Sure. And the cherry picking would agree did change, in Mueller's view, perception of the report.
Right, and there's some interesting language in the reporting about how Mueller was concerned about, well, how the media coverage of it is giving people a sense that he doesn't believe reflects the reporting. Now, we don't know if that's finesse from the Department of Justice. We don't know if that's Mueller about himself. We don't know if it was just him being polite. But there are two aspects here that I think we can advance. One, which is when Barr pressed him whether he thought Barr's letter was inaccurate, Mueller said he did not. Now, that's going to be used as a defense.
Your operator form is key.
People are going to
Target
say,
the other
before the
Kuva
AG
clouds.
and this president, this is a nothing further. Mazzetti has a right look for him to watch the reporting out there, but it means nothing because Mueller was ultimately okay with what Barr did. Is that a fair reading of the report?
Well, I mean, no, he wasn't okay with what Barr did, in the sense that he took the active step to write a letter, right, saying, and a phone call, okay, with it, and a phone call, right, and that clearly there was enough anger and frustration among him and his team, as we actually reported several weeks ago when I was here on the show talking about it, that led them to they actually took this concrete step to write the letter. We now know that they wrote the letter. So it was
You
more than
found
just
a second
simmering
My
anger
readings
that they kept to
indicate one
themselves.
more.
They decided to write a letter because they thought actually did, to some degree, was falsified.
Something else that's important. This is going to make it more relevant. Remember the
My
summary.
siphon!
Remember when
I
word of the
can't
summaries
believe
came out? I
how
said it was
useless
certainly
you
you and a
are.
couple of other people
Report for
were
execution
saying,
at
why
once.
didn't we get the summaries? And Barr said,
You
well, we
destroyed
didn't
the
find them
plane's Kuva
necessary.
siphon.
They needed some
Can't
additional
allow any of these to
classification work and the
survive.
redaction. According to the reporting now, that's what Mueller wanted. Was for the summaries to be put out as quickly as possible. Barr didn't want to do it. The discrepancies in the reporting about why and how that goes that'll
All
be
the
fleshed out
caches.
tomorrow. And when Mr. Mueller
Objectives
gets
are
to give
complete.
his voice
Proceed
to the American
to extraction
people in
now.
front of Congress, which is going to be now more certain than ever. Let's do this, Mark. Let's unpack this more. Please, stick around. This deserves it tonight. Push off your dinner plans, brother. I'm also going to bring in a couple of experts to help give some context to what this means. We have Phil Mark and Mike Rock, two men who have done the job of intelligence, understands what matters, and can put some context, some meat on the bones of what this kind of difference in opinion means for tomorrow and the way forward for our Congress. Stay with me.
Cuomo Primetime, brought to you by Charles Schwab. Own your tomorrow.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Carl, I appreciate the advice. As a brother, what am I paying you to manage my money?
Carl, does your firm offer a satisfaction guarantee like Schwab has?
Guaranteed? Carl, can you remind me what you invested my money in? It's complicated.
Are you asking my questions about the way your wealth is being managed? If not, talk to Schwab, a modern approach to wealth management.
Before using Molly, my hair color was less vibrant. healthier than before I popped it. My hair's happy right now. Oleo by Garnier Naturally.
Can you heat up my coffee, man? How is that a little bit left?
I'll shoot you an estimate as soon as I get back to the office. Hey, I can help you do that right now. That's right. Right. Yep, I'm the all-in-one management software built for small business. That's right. Help me with scheduling? Sure thing. Up top. That's right.
Payment?
That's right.
Promotion?
That's right.
Email marketing?
God.
You sit there and talk all a bunch of bullshit like you did to me yesterday.
I don't remember. I heard that the Soldier Boy got to do 240 days in jail for violating. Soldier Boy has to do 240 days in jail for violating his probation. He had to do community service, and he gave in fake papers saying that I guess he did it. I don't know the detail.
Orders has been counting
And
stars,
then
operator.
some
All
other shit.
accounted for.
I had eaten all day. I had drank on an empty stomach. That's what it was. I haven't drank in a long time. So I drink a little bit. I fucking. Huh? Well, to me, it's a little bit. Compared to what I used to drink, it's a very little bit. No. Might get kinky. You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that. So what? I ain't hear you. For what? Alright, I'll turn it on. You wanna watch this show? Go ahead. I'll go to sleep.